Hi, I'm Mickey Zeta. This is Sunday Night Live with Mickey, Sunday Night Wine with Mickey. So I have my little glass of wine here, and I hope that you have yours. And I'm looking forward to spending a few minutes with you today. You can see in the background, hey, our construction's coming along. It's much better than it was, and I'm pretty excited that it's getting better all the time. So what I'm talking about today is It's a kind of fun and interesting concept, and it's make peace with your past so it doesn't spoil your present. So now we had a bonfire tonight. We had some friends over, and we were talking about how things have changed, roles and rules have changed, and that it's a different world than it was when I was a kid and when I was growing up, and then most of us. And so, hi, Alan. Glad to have you here. So, what we were talking about was what it was like when we were growing up and how we never were home. We were out riding our bikes, and life was different. Life was different then. And I'm not saying it was better. It's not a question of better or worse. But then as we grew up, we made choices. We made choices that maybe were not the best in the world. And for me, was not the best in the world. I chose to be married to an abuser for 34 years. Now, of course, things weren't bad all the time. That's not how it works. You know that. But my thing is that probably after about 23 years of being married, I realized I lived in an abusive relationship. Prior to that, I didn't even get it. I didn't even understand that that's where I was. And then I moved forward, and finally I decided it was time to get out. I was 53 years old, which, if you guys listen to me a lot, you already know. I was 53 when I left, and I didn't know who I was. At 53, I didn't know what I liked. I was totally lost. But the good thing to that is that I could rediscover me. And that's what I think it means when you say make peace with your past so that it doesn't spoil your present. And my present is fabulous. I absolutely, absolutely love the life that I live now. And I wouldn't have this if I hadn't changed. I wouldn't have this if I hadn't gone through the other stuff that I did, because, we have an option. We have a choice. And our choice could be to say, oh my gosh, I lived in abuse and he treated me terrible and he wouldn't let me go to college and he wouldn't let me do this and he wouldn't let me do that and blah, 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 blah. We can do that. And it's all true. It's all true. I'm not discounting that. But I am saying, now that you're out, you have a choice to create a life that you love. You have a choice to create a present that is stronger, that you are a stronger and more centered and more empathetic woman than you were when you were living in abuse, and than you would be if you hadn't experienced that. So don't let your past spoil your present. Use it. Use it to build a strong present time, to build a real, live, sincere, authentic now. And now I'm going to tell you something else. I was thinking about this talk, and I realized don't let your past spoil your present is like a gift. My life today is a gift, and I wouldn't have this life. I would not be the person that I am today if I hadn't lived in that abuse, if I hadn't lived the life that I had lived. And I'm not saying that it's okay. I'm not saying I enjoyed it. I'm not saying I would choose it again. I certainly would not. But those of us who made that choice, who lived in abuse, and we got out, and now we're in the process of creating a better present life in the now, we also are creating a present for ourselves and a present for other women, because we can share our experience. We can say, hey, you know what? I get it. I totally get it. My experience was not the same as yours. Nobody's experience is the same. I don't know how anybody else feels. You don't know how anybody else feels, because that is not possible. You know how you felt in that situation. And I know how I felt, and that's what I share. That's what I'm sharing. And that's why I say, if we don't change, nothing changes. Hi, Christy. So glad to have you here with us. So that's my point. You have to make peace. You have to make peace with whatever your experience before was, so that it doesn't spoil your now. But also, so it doesn't spoil the present of your life. The present, the gift, it's wrapped up, and you unwrap it, and there is you. There is you. I say when I left my marriage, I didn't get much out of it financially, but I got me. I got me, and that is worth more than anything in the whole wide world. Now, I had a choice. I had an option. I could have been one of those women who just is mired in the sadness and the agony and the distress and the anxiety of having lived in abuse. And that's all real. That is all absolutely real. And I am not discounting that in any way. But I am saying we come to a point, and some of us get there faster than others. Some of us, it takes a long time. But we do come to the point where we say, okay, this happened to me. This is my reality. And now I have a choice. Now I can kind of hang out there in feeling sorry for myself, or I can make peace with that. I can say, okay, this is where I was. This is what happened. And here's what I learned from that. And here's how I'm building on that. And here's where I'm going now. My present is so much better because of my past. Now, I don't want anybody to take that wrong. I'm not making excuses. I'm not saying it was easy. I'm not saying anything negative about that. I'm saying positive. That if that was what it was, we can't change that. We can't change what we had in the past. We can't change the choices we made. We can't change the people we married. We can't change anything that happened in the past. And you've probably heard me say the past was 1 minute ago. The past was when I started this video a couple minutes ago. All in the past. Now, from this point on, is my future. It's my decision. It's my choice. And I choose to make peace with the life that I lived before, make peace with the person that I was before, and tell her, thank you. Thank you so much for who you are and how you've helped me become who I am today. I am Mickey Zeta. I am married to Alan Horry. I have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful life. I am centered in who I am. I know who I am. I know where I'm going. And I hold, imagine, oh my gosh, the vision that I have for the future is fabulous. So you can do that too. And I hope you are on that path. I hope that that's your choice, to decide that your life is amazing and you can choose it to be that way. So make peace with your past so that it doesn't spoil your present. And as I just said, your present can be where you live, or your present can be the gift. Unwrap that gift, that wonderful gift of who you are, and forgive ourselves. Christy, you are so right. Forgiveness is such a huge key. And the hardest person to forgive is ourselves. But we made choices. We made choices, and that's okay. It's helped make us who we are. And we move on from here, stronger, more centered, on such a more solid foundation. You've heard me say when I first left my marriage, I felt like I was walking on the bottom of the ocean. Just every step was so hard, and I didn't have on scuba stuff. I was like breathing water. I could hardly move. Pressure was awful. And I could have stayed there, but I chose not to. I chose to unwrap the present of my present. I love that. I love that. And you will love it too. So thank you so much for being here. Thanks for watching this video. And please pay attention to what I just said. Please make peace with your past so it doesn't spoil your present, so it doesn't spoil your now. You create your now with your thoughts and with your actions and with your attitude. Our attitude is a choice. So choose to be joyful, choose to be cheerful, choose to be happy and loving and caring. And man, your life will just change. You won't believe how good things are, and that you've heard me say that. When we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. We can change how we look at our past and make it something that makes us stronger. Move forward into a wonderful present tense, and unwrap the present of your present. That's pretty cool. That's kind of fun. I love it. So thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I'm Mickey Zeta. My Facebook page, you know my Facebook page. You're on it, Surviving Abuse Network. I have a secret page if you're interested. I have a secret page. Just like me on my personal page, Mickey Zeta, and then I'll put you and say that you want to be in the secret page, and I'll put you in. And also my webpage is Surviving Abuse Network survivingabusenetwork.com. You can watch other videos, listen to my podcast, which is great, fabulous podcast, and you can read articles there. So thank you so much for being here. I will be back on Wednesday for Wednesday Night Live with Mickey. So here's a cheer to a wonderful Sunday evening, to a fabulous, fabulous week. Enjoy your week. Do something new. Do something you've never done before, and decide that you're making peace with the past. That your present is the life that you create. That is your present to yourself. And man, you can do it. You can do it. Millions of us have. You can too. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. SurvivingAbuseNetwork.com. Check us out. And I'll be back on Wednesday. Thank you.